Coach, 4 losses in a row. What is the common thread, or if there are more than one, if there's more than one common thread in these 4 losses that right now appears to be part of who this team is?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say there's a common thread that connects us to who this team is. I think we've had a hard week. I think each of the 4 losses, I get something different from every one of them. I don't think I can say for each 4 this is what happened and this is who we are. Well, maybe one common thing is we're falling short. So I told the guys to be, because I am, disappointed, but I'm not discouraged. Disappointed with the outcome, but I was really happy with the fight in the last 15 minutes of the second half. And to put us, I think it was only down by 2 or down by 3 after Caleb hit that shot by 3. If he made the free throw, it would have been 2. And just came up short. I told them also that I'm not panicked. I'm not any of that. I'm convinced, one, this is a good basketball team, and I'm convinced that we're going to be a great basketball team by the end of the season.
Hubert, did maybe we get something out of this game in terms of your extended pressure? It seemed like in the second half, that's what got you back in the game. Is that something that going forward you might use a little bit more of?
Yeah, it's really difficult to do that with Virginia Tech because they have so many moving parts in the half court, and they don't use a lot of ball screens. And so it's just, especially without Armando in the lineup, it just felt like, especially Mutz and Basile in the second half, whomever was guarding them, they were really being able to get to the basket in the post really easily. And so from there, we started to double team, and I thought that worked. And then we started to double team as they crossed half court, and that worked. And then we started extending it full court, and that really worked. And I agree with you. That's something that I thought not just worked in this game, I think it can work moving forward.
Coach, I wanted to ask, I was talking to some of the players in the locker room, and they said they were a little bit surprised by how hard the Virginia Tech defenders were hedging on the ball screens. What were you guys talking to them about as far as, preparing for that heading into this game?
Well, again, one of the things that I try to stay away from is commenting on other people's comments when I wasn't in the locker room. It's important for me to stay away from that. One, because I wasn't there. Number two, I don't know the context in which they said it. Anything that Virginia Tech does, whether it's on the offense or defensive end, they do it with tremendous effort. And so going into the game, we knew whatever they did on either side of the floor, that they would bring great effort.
Hubert, be sure. Did you leave it up to Armando today whether he played or not? He said he went out there and tried to give it a go on warm-ups and to see what it was like. Did you just say, it's your call on that, and how long do you expect to be without him?
Well, it is his call. I can't make somebody play.
Right.
So it is his call. And we didn't know until game time. I was going under the assumption that he would play, and when he came back and he said he didn't feel like he could, then we move forward. It is what it is. North Carolina always shows up. It doesn't matter who's playing or not. We had enough in the bag to be able to win this basketball game, and we just didn't do it.
6 assists again for you guys today, and I think it was most of the first half. You had 2 in the first 2 minutes and then none for the rest of the first half. Ball movement was better late.
It was better. I thought it was better throughout the game. I thought, you know, the ball was moving from side to side. I felt like there was great spacing. I felt like there were opportunities where we attacked the basket. You know, again, you know, we shot 39% in the first half, so I mean, we missed shots, and so, you know, 6 assists and 10 turnovers. That's not what we want. But I felt like the movement, I felt like the spacing and the balance was much better. There wasn't, I can't remember, or very few late against the shot clock contested three where we had to bank one in or highly contested. And so those are things that we worked on to make sure that we got better shots that we worked on in practice the last couple of days. And so I was pleased about that.
As the shots continue to fall, will that just continue to sort of open up the spacing? And
I think so. You know, it's a make or miss game. It really is. And you know, maybe I'm wrong. I just filtered, you know, when I played, you know, I just knew the percentages were going to even out. So if I was 0 for 10, I knew that a 10 for 10 game was coming. And so that's not just my hope, but my confidence with a lot of our shooters that there'll be a time that they can close their eyes and it'll start to fall. So.
Coach, there in the first half, you had, you know, a bunch of reserves trying to figure out a lineup coming in. And then there in the second half, it looked like you kind of found a rotation of, you know, 6 to 7 guys that really worked and helped you guys come back. I guess, what was that process like in the beginning of the first half, trying to find the right guys, and then what worked in the second half that helped you guys come back?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, we had guys out with, add in DeMarco, who was leading the team in terms of bench minutes coming off the bench. And so, always a next man up mentality. And I just, in the second half, just found a group that really worked well together, that I felt. And I wanted to keep that group in. I thought we were getting consistently good looks on the offensive end, and I felt like we were really sound defensively. And so it was just a feel that I felt like this group was working, and I was really proud of them because they got us back into the game.
Staying on that, some of the guys in the locker room, you know, that Seth and Tyler gave them some vitality when they were out there. What did you
Gave
like?
some what?
Vitality. Kind
Okay.
of gave them a lot of energy, kind of gave them a spark.
They did.
An energy spark. What did you like specifically about what each of those guys were able to do?
They competed. They did. They defensively, they competed. It didn't matter whom they were guarding. That person knew that they were there. It was felt. They were doing the things that we asked them to do and the things that we talked about and practice and shoot around. And then on the offensive end, they took care of the basketball and were in the right spots, and they were aggressive and definitive in all of their moves. I thought they were fantastic. I was really, really proud of them.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Tyler said he felt like he got better defensively as he got into a little bit more. He kind of lost himself in the game a little bit, especially defensively. Did you see that from him?
One of the things that I love about Tyler is he competes and he's not afraid of the moment. And those are two boxes that a lot of people can't check, and he can. And I was very proud with his effort. I think in the first half he got caught underneath the screen, so he got caught on their 5-man and got pinned down low on the post. But other than that, he just competed out there on the floor, and I'm so thankful that he's a part of this team.
Sorry, Nia, you got the last one.
Coach, the energy in the locker room seemed kind of demoralizing. So my question is, what's your message to your team over the course of the next week in practice?
Well, demoralizing, I think that's a very strong word. I would say disappointed, tired. And that's a good thing. If we went into the locker room and everybody was okay, then that would be a bad thing. I've said this before, guys, that I like to encourage, and I think you can go anywhere and find somebody to criticize, to critique, to tear you down. And my job and what I want is I want our guys to be the best that they can be. And I want them to feel confident. I want them to feel good about their game, and I want them to have positive attitudes. And that's what we'll do. We're gonna get to work. There's some things that we need to talk about and get better, but also like to get better through encouragement as well, letting them know that I care about them and that I believe in them. And I do care about them. I love them, and I care about them too.
Coach, thank you. Thanks, everybody.